Well, Gary, you talked after the weekend about players having to step up to the quality plate. What can you do as a manager and coaching them to help them get there?
We say that for a start, because you can say that at this stage because I know the lads inside out, and I know what makes them angry. I know what makes them train harder. I know what makes them want to better themselves. And whenever I talk to yourselves after games and we've lost, I'm not telling you anything that I haven't told them. So really I'm giving the supporters the opportunity to know what has just been said in the changing room, because I think supporters need to know how you're feeling and how you've seen the game, rather than cover over a bad performance. Because if I say, well, it weren't that bad at the time, when you've just lost, people don't really want to hear that. They want to know that you've seen what they've seen, that it wasn't particularly a great start from us. It wasn't a great first half. But what we did do is actually put them under a lot of pressure in the second half. Scored 2 goals, maybe could have scored a couple more, and lost the game 3-2. And really, with a little bit more quality, which is what I was saying to all of them, you win that game. And we had people coming back, obviously people like Downsy from injury and that, and I know what gets them going, and we don't say anything without working it in here, in this IT room as we call it, and out there on the training pitch. So that's why I said it, because it just refocuses on that we got to start just showing a little bit more quality if we're going to go up into the quality teams in the league.
And how big are the percentages, how sort of fine are the margins that they've actually got to improve to get that improvement in results?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's not much, in my opinion. Certainly not beyond us, that's for sure. And when I also chuck in every now and again, some may prove not to be good enough. That's always the case at every club. They know that without a manager saying that, because you have to find your level. Some are still scratching a little bit at this level to, if they want a career in the league. Some have taken a little bit of time to adjust to it, whereas some have taken to it quite well. Well, we need everybody adjusting to it very quickly and having enough ability to make a difference and to show our game at this level.
And is that more mental than physical, or is there sort of, where's the split on the two?
It's a bit of both. It is a bit of both. I don't know the percentage of the split. Some it's bigger in physical and some it's bigger in mentality. But we're definitely not a million miles away, and that's something I don't just hit the lads with a stick. What I do is I give the information to you, what I give to them, and then we work on it all week. And it's good that when you get the Saturday games, you get a chance to work on it all week. We need a couple of our quality people that we know can adjust to this level back in the team, and we just got to wait for that.
Yeah, what news on the likes of Amari, Dan Holman, Carl Storer?
Well, they're all getting closer. That's all I can say, really. Just in case one of them's fit, or 2 of them's fit, or 3 of them's fit for Saturday, and I don't want anybody, second guessing our team. But they're all getting better, that's for sure, and I'm pleased about that. So it won't be long.
And if you can get it right, this weekend away at your old club, be as good a place as any to start, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's a start of us playing well. I think we've played well in patches, very well in some patches, and we've been in every game, including Newcastle. It all come off for us against Crewe, and now they're second, third in the league or something. Teams that come down like Notts County and Crewe, they've always got their fair share of first division players. But yes, it'll be nice to get 3 points. It's not the start of anything. It'd be nice to get the 3 points, as Yeovil will be feeling the same as well. But it'll feel a little bit like a home game to me, because I've had many games at Hughes Park, and I probably know their players, pretty much inside out, and their staff, and can second guess probably what their staff and what the players are thinking.
Yeah, I suppose the easiest game of the season to do your homework on?
Yeah, I think so. I've certainly not been complacent and just sat back and I know everything. We've got a great IT team here. Tim Bell. It's not a team, it's Tim Bell, and he puts a lot of information together, which is good information. It's not gobbledygook, and it's not things that don't matter. It's strengths and weaknesses. We'll go into the game knowing all their strengths and weaknesses, that's for sure. And then it's up to us and our team to put a game together that shows their weaknesses and we don't see their strengths.
I suppose flip side, they'll know all about Gary Johnson and how you like your teams to play.
Well, yeah, they will, but we'll see. Sometimes experience it means a lot. I've had a lot more experience, and Darren and Terry were players for me, and very good players. So of course they'll know me inside out, and they'll also know that I might have something up my sleeve as well. But they've both been good players for me and good coaches for me. We've had a lot of success as a threesome, albeit 5 years they were players, and for 3 or 4 years they were coaches under me. So I'll look forward to seeing them. Darren and Terry, they won't talk to me. There's been no phone calls for the last couple of weeks. It's been just in case subliminally, if that's the word, subliminally, they give anything away because they wouldn't want to be rude and not answer any of my questions. But I think they'd probably feel better not to have any contact till after the game.
And those sort of scenarios, because of your experience, you just seem to sort of relish that, just a little sort of cheeky grin, and suddenly you might have a bit of one-upmanship.
Yeah, it's probably win, mate. No, you're right, and maybe they'll feel that. They'll want to win this. I think both sets of managers respect each other, that's for sure, and coaches, and we'll still do that. But we smile because there's many a time that the three of us have been. Me, Darren and Terry were around the table discussing how to beat the opposition, and we would have little quirky things that we would do just to maybe get a one-upmanship on the opposition. So I'm smiling in case anything happens to me down there or I do anything to them, and they'll be probably smiling as well.
They're obviously a place below you in the table. They'd been on a losing run and then go and win at Leyton Orient. It just shows how you can change things, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, what from a Yeovil team, there'll be a work rate there, that's for sure, and you got to make sure that you match that work rate, and if you match the work rate, then you got a chance. If you don't match their work rate, then they can be dangerous. And I saw the Leyton Orient game. I've watched it once or twice, and they won that game because of their pressure on the ball, they're closing down, and they got their goal, and then they just had a spirit to keep the opposition out, and that was a good result for them away at Leyton Orient.
Billy Waters got a hat-trick midweek. I know it was only in the County Cup at Forest Green, but is that the sort of performance and sort of match that can actually get him mentally in the right place and come into consideration to start at the weekend?
Well, you'd like to think so. If you talk to him, he should have scored 7. But they were 3 good goals, and you want your striker. You don't mind him missing some if he scores some. And he looked potent in the second half, especially. But of course it can, and that's what them games are for. You make sure that the lads are pushing for a place, want a place, will fight for a place, understand why they've maybe been left out, and can turn it round to get them back in the team. That's why you play these, even the friendlies that we play. But we're now in this Central League, and that was a good one because they had a strong team, and Billy, Munsey, you know, there were some people that came out with flying colours, actually. And, funny enough, a couple of the young lads come out well as well.